Thank you so much for listening every day from 6 to 10. And, of course, Carmen.
Anybody, did you guys get out of school and come straight here? A lot of you guys? So some left work early to come here. Thank you for joining us. She was in school. What'd you say? That's right. She couldn't bring her daughter.
Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there, so I'm going to pretend I didn't hear that.
Look at the little ones right here, Esty.
Hi. Oh, so what happened? He said your daughter can't come?
We'll take
it's
a
okay.
selfie
She
so
had
you can
class.
send it to her.
It's late. We got it. This is mommy's night out. That's fine. I was in a heartbeat like, oh, Mom, you want to take my kids? I have to work. Told my husband, I was like, I guess you're cooking dinner tonight. Enjoy that, babe. Yeah. So cool. So Alessia Cara, of course, we have that. That's super exciting, and we're looking forward to that. And there will be time for pictures as well. I don't know what you covered, but there will be time for pictures at the end with our camera. We'll have everything ready for you, and then you'll get them. I know that's a big part of this, of course.
I didn't cover any of that. I just covered the mean stuff, like the cell phone thing.
Cool. Well, that's the good part. That's the icing on the cake. We will have photos at the end by our camera, and we'll send everything to you.
Bearer of bad news, bearer of good news.
So do you guys have any questions? I mean, this is fun because it's not too often that you get in front of radio personalities. You know, we have access to the celebrities. We've got the Carmen Call every day. We're playing the best songs.
And we can't tell you the key words, by the way, to get the $1,000 starting at 8 o'clock every day. So don't ask us that one, all right?
We just said we can't tell you. I've never met somebody so brazen. She was like, okay, so anyway, what's the key word? Like,
and birthday present? You said birthday present? Your birthday's tomorrow. Happy birthday. Can we make some noise for her birthday?
Woo! What's your name? Katrina, happy birthday. This is our gift to you, Alessia Cara.
And it was free. It was free. Look at that. It was free.
Not for
I will
us,
say this. One of the things about being in America in 2018 right now, with all the technology, you don't often get people being able to give you that up close and personal relationship with your favorite artists and your favorite radio personalities. So shout out to Power 95.3, our boss, Will Calder, who's allowing us to bring your favorite artists that you hear on the radio and you see on TV. You get to come and meet that artist again. You don't get to see that in 2018 around the world.
And I'm going to pay it forward because I'm going to give the shout out to Def Jam Recordings because they're the ones who made it happen too.
Def Jam is a
What happened?
What's your favorite song as a little kid?
She sings Wild Things.
Yes.
Oh, Wild Things. That's a good song.
Well, you guys know Alessia's story. She became famous off of covers off of YouTube, right? So, I mean, that's like a lot of people, we get a lot of calls where they're like, how do I make it? I have a song. I want it on the radio. I'm talented. And we tell them the truth. Trust me, radio will find you if you have what it takes. And that's exactly what happened to Alessia.
They have to get through me, the mean guy.
I was going to say, in fact, do we have any singers in here right now? Any singers? I know it's some singers in here because some of you guys been in my DMs on IG.
We're giving away 10 grand to the singer. I thought like the hands would go up at that point. Yeah, there she is. She's like, whatever, I'll sing.
See it's a couple over here like this. I mean, this is the opportunity right here. You got DJ Chino back here from the Street Mix on Power 95.3. You got our program director, Will Calder here. Ms. Marina's here somewhere. Where's Ms. Marina? She just walked back out in the front.
There will be time for questions too. So obviously Nails and I, we're going to have fun. We're doing the interview, but we will open it up. So if you guys have something that you've been, really wanting to ask, just make sure you keep that in mind and you'll have time to ask that towards the end. So we'll do that for sure.
And there are plenty of drinks, water, soda in the back. Also, we do want to remind you too, like Will said, no phones out during the event. And I do want to remind you about this $1,000 we give away every hour starting at 8 o'clock. So I want you to think about all the things you can buy with $1,000.
Pumpkin spice lattes.
A lot of pumpkin spice lattes.
I despise them.
Ew.
One of you guys could buy a new iPhone. Anybody they need a new iPhone? You can buy a new iPhone with $1,000.
XY? Yeah.
How about this? You can buy the dopest Halloween costume right now with $1,000. Think about that for a second.
Do you know what your costume's gonna be?
I do, but I don't want to spoil it because I don't want everybody else to. I'm going to do something that's so unique. And it's not going to be the Lil Pump and Kanye West.
Well, I was going to say, here's a question.
That's what I wanted to do.
What is the Halloween costume of this year? Like, anybody got any ideas what they think like the big Halloween costume's going to be?
From Stranger Things.
That's one.
That's good.
See, but my thing is like now we're a family of 4, so I need like ideas. Like I want to all be in unison. Like you know what I mean? So baby needs to be something that matches parents. I don't know if families have that ordeal. What do you? The
Oh, The
Incredibles.
Incredibles. Yeah,
that's
that's a
cute.
good one.
Oh, Wizard of Oz.
Ooh.
I love that. Love that.
Well, there's the water bottles from Kanye's performance on SNL this past Saturday.
Yes.
How many of those are you going to see wandering around?
Fiji and Perrier,
Yeah, exactly.
and then that still be Dasani.
Yeah, I think we should totally try that. I think it'd be fun.
That'd be cool. Anybody ever thought about I have a couple in mind that some people were talking about doing, but I don't think they'll match it. Y'all know the Cardi B meme where she leaning like this? You'll probably see that around this year. What's another one?
How about not the Kanye water Perrier Fiji, but the real, what he did in the video.
the little pump?
Oh, the boxes. Yeah.
The
yeah,
box
those-
thing. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see a lot of that.
I've seen that, and it's not even like.
Yeah,
Halloween
we're gonna
yet.
see
I
a
saw
lot of
last
that.
The
month.
people are just wearing that going out. It's not Halloween.
Maybe
Yeah,
people
yeah.
will be the shoe that was thrown at Nikki.
Oh.
That would be a fun costume.
Oh,
yes.
Kurt.
Okay.
All right, are you
Oh,
guys
hold on,
ready
hold
for
on.
Alessia
You
Cara?
ready?
Okay. Please remember, like Will said, no
No
cell phones during this,
phones.
because we are going to be playing some
Go find
exclusive music from her new album that drops next month. Okay. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. Can y'all please start making some noise real quick?
Welcome.
Louder. 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 Louder.
Louder.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alessia Cara. Yeah. Hey, what's up? Good to see you again.
So that's your comfy seat.
Alessia Cara's here, y'all.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for coming out. Yes,
Thank
enjoy your
you.
water. We have all that good
Thank
stuff
you. I got all
for
the.
you.
Sorry, I wasn't sure.
We
if
know
I was
you need a
supposed to
lot of
cover
it.
this.
Alessia, we found out Alessia is a little under the weather right now, but
Yeah,
she
I
still
know.
came out here.
I'm sorry. I
to
shouldn't have
see
hugged you.
guys.
I just realized it was
did
instinct
just
to hug
hug
you,
us.
but I probably infested
I need
you.
hand
With
sanitizer.
my
I'm not
cold.
touching my nose. But
I
that's
just got
okay.
over something too.
Oh, great. I'm sorry. Hey, I didn't breathe on you. I tried not to breathe on you.
It's
I
all
just-
good. It's all good. Welcome to Orlando, Alessia.
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me back.
And
So,
we're,
yes,
so,
I
we're sorry, by
remember.
the way, we're so sorry that the sun's not out. It got really cloudy. We swear it's been hot every day before you got here.
Wow, whatever.
Oh, it's still
okay.
hot.
I'm just kidding.
We just have rain thrown in the mix.
It's okay.
so,
It's
you
like
know.
minus 10 right now in Canada. So, I mean,
Oh
this
my
is great.
gosh.
Yeah. So, this
So
is perfect.
first of all, how have you been? Like, I mean, it's just crazy. For Grammy Award winning, which you're never gonna live down. Like, that's it.
Thank
You're
you.
never just Alessia Cara. Now you're Grammy Award winning
Alessia
Alessia
Cara.
Cara.
That's so weird. It's so weird to hear that. Like every time, it's crazy.
Has
So
it
crazy.
resonated with you yet? Still, like
I don't
months
think
later?
so. I don't think it's registered yet. Cause I don't know. It's just something that I never thought was actually gonna happen to me. Like I hoped it would, but
And like we were talking about your story, you started off at YouTube. Like the hustle, the grind was something that was in your blood. You started off such an authentic way, and I think you're right. Like to imagine now being on a big stage like that, being a Grammy Award winner.
yeah, it's like, it's crazy. You know, like things like that always seem like they're just pipe dreams, especially when you're from a random city in Canada. So the fact that it actually happened is, it's very hard to process, but very exciting, obviously.
And you know, one of the things that I thought was really cool about you, in particular, you're so humble. You're successful, but you're so humble to the point where you have all of these fans here right now. I guarantee you, a lot of artists that are at your level at this point will just come in, do the thing, and then go. But you're that person who, as a personable person, you're gonna go out, speak to everybody when this is over, and you also you're not Hollywood, I guess I could say. So kudos to you with that. But also, I think you coming off of a social media platform or being found on a social media platform and not manufactured by a record label, do you think that assesses to you being so humble?
Well, thank you, first of all. And also, I don't know. I guess I think that might have something to do with it because I think if any label started showing interest in me, it was because of who I was already, and they saw the music I like to sing. And by the time I got signed, I had a lot of the songs off of my first album already done. So I just kind of went in being like, "This is
You were
who I am."
easy. They're like, this is the easiest job ever. Let's just get her out there.
Oh, thanks. No, but yeah, I think, and I'm also very, like, I'm a very stubborn person, so I always like to, like, go the way that I feel is right for me, and if people always try to make that waver, I just always try to keep.
Well, and
true to
one thing that
myself.
stands out too, and if you just look at our audience here, a lot of the young girls who admire you, and you're such a great role model because you are so authentic. You're a good girl. Like you're just
Thanks.
somebody like, you know, I have a daughter who's 2.5, and it's like, wow, Alessia Cara, you can listen to her. She's got a great story, just who you are, and I think that's just applaud to you and kudos to your parents. But
Thanks.
you're just a great role model. So we're just happy to have you here.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And now let's
Guys.
flashback. Let's go back to January when you won the Grammy Award. I think you beat Khalid, you beat SZA. Did you have any thought in your mind, there's a chance I could actually win this award and I have to give a speech?
Honestly, I know this is gonna sound like a modest, media-trained answer, but I promise you, like I really, really did not think I was going to. I remember telling like everyone on my team, like it's not gonna happen, but you know.
So how does that work? I mean, do you have any inkling? Like you literally just find out there?
You really do, because like they put the camera on you when they're announcing, but they put the camera on all the nominees. So
Right.
even though there's a camera on you and it's recording, you don't know if you're the one that's gonna get called. And I mean, come on, look at the people that I was nominated with.
Yeah.
Like there's some amazing artists on there, and I was like,
They
there's
had a
no
heck of a
way.
year too.
Yeah, that's what I was just like, there's no way, whatever. And then it happened, and I was like in shock. I just didn't even know what to think or do. And then as I was walking up there, I'm like, oh my God, I have to say something. Like, it's not over. I can't just walk off. Like, I have to go up and accept this and say something. And I just like, I started thinking like, hey, what do I want to say? Like, what's the message I want to get across? Who do I want to thank? And I don't know. I don't even remember
Who's
what
the
I
first
said.
person you reached out to? Like, did you call an old bestie where you're like, OMG, did you just see me at the Grammys? Like, I won. Like, what conversations are you having after that?
I think I just got a lot of texts. My phone just started blowing up, so I was like texting my dad, my brother, all my friends, just everyone that wasn't there. I was like trying to respond, like, oh my God, this is crazy. It was unreal. So I don't think I've ever gotten that many texts in my life.
From
That's
YouTube
hilarious.
to the Grammy stage, listen to the company that you're in because
So
you won
crazy.
the Best New Artist Award in January at the Grammys. That's the same award that Lauryn Hill, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton, Christina Aguilera, Alicia Keys, John Legend, Maroon 5, Adele, and even Sam Smith won. So your name is up on that wall in the Grammy Museum right alongside those names.
That is unbelievable. I can't even, I don't even know. It's so weird. It's so
Let's
weird.
talk about your new album, right? So The Pain of Growing Up, it's out in November.
The Pains of Growing.
Pains
yeah.
of Growing.
That's okay.
Excuse
It's
me.
confusing.
So what, I mean, because you are so young, and I feel like it's something obviously very personal to you, and you are growing and you're learning yourself, and then now being catapulted onto the big stage, and you're just huge global superstar. So how does that all fit into this story that you're telling us with album number 2?
Well, I think I feel like there are two halves or two different sides to the last 3 years of my life, or I think now the life that I have. So there's one half, which like you mentioned, is the half of being an artist, and the half of having my life completely change and going from a regular person living a regular life to still a regular person but living a totally abnormal, strange life. So there are tons of feelings that come with that, like of confusion and just things feeling very new. And then there's the other half, which is just being a normal girl in my early 20s dealing with regular life things, like just the confusion of life and relationships and all of that stuff, like the quarter life crisis, who am I, you know, which we all go through. So it's like a mixture of those two things in one, and just all of the feelings that come with both of those halves, I think, is what makes up this entire album.
Will this still tell a story, like Know It All?
Definitely, yeah, definitely. I think every song on this album is a different pain of growing, whether it's like a literal, not literal, but like emotional pain, or I think pain can come in the form of nostalgia. It can come in the form of oddly like happiness in a way, or different relationship pains or personal pains. Every song is like a different microscopic view into a different feeling of like pain and growth.
And where are you writing these songs?
Honestly, well, because I started writing this album when I was on tour, and when you're on tour, you don't really have time to just book a studio, so you kind of have to force yourself to write in different places. So every time I would get the urge to write, I just would write anywhere, in like any small space. I tend to write in very small spaces, because I feel like there are just less distractions, so any tiny space that I can fit into, I will write there.
Are you one of those friends, because I have a lot of friends that write music and produce it, are you one of those people who just, your notes on your iPhone is just full of random tunes that come to your head? Or your notes, you just write songs on your notes of your iPhone?
I definitely both. Yeah, I like to. I'll usually like write the lyrics out first, if the lyrics come to me first, and then I'll like get the voice note app. I think I have like 7,000 voice notes.
You just walk
and I
into
just
the
hum.
airport, just
yeah,
singing.
yeah, and I'll be like, I gotta record something. If I get a melody, I'm like, I need to get this down.
I heard that Michael Jackson did that too.
Yeah,
Don't quote
yep.
me, right? Like he would do all the, I don't know the Jackson-y sounds, but
All
blah, 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 blah. But he would do all of that himself,
Ad-libs, that's what
create
they're
this,
called.
and
Yes.
yeah, and he would just do that. I mean, that just takes talent. I can't even fathom that. I have trouble just talking to people. I can't even imagine writing music and creating melodies. That's insane.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, it's what I guess is what we do. But it's I always like forget it if I don't write it down or sing it out within a couple minutes. I'll forget it.
And now, do you, on this new album, The Pains Are Growing, I know every singer has that one song that they wrote about an ex of theirs. Do you have one of those songs?
Yeah, I have a few. no, I don't mean it like that.
What did he do?
No, nothing. No, but I think, I mean, again, I'm a regular 22-year-old, so I think things happen in life, and I was in a relationship, and I'm no longer in that relationship, so of course, there's songs are gonna come of that. Not necessarily, not like songs that are like, F you, or this and that, just like, this is how I'm feeling, you know? And it wasn't like anything like no revenge or anything like that. It's just, I was going through something, and I wanted to write about it,
So you're single right now?
I am. Yes, I am.
Did you just look away to the crowd? Yes, I am actually. So.
Anyone? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just joking. Nope, I'm just kidding.
She's like, no, I'm focusing on myself. It must be
Yes.
hard. Like, how do you not get distracted? I feel like at your age, most of us are like out partying, having a good time at 22,
Hello.
like living life. She's like, no, I am focusing on my craft.
Yeah, I mean, and also because I just don't have time. I kind of can't do that if I wanted to, but I'm just not the type of person to go out and party or put myself out there. And
What's your
I
free
mean,
time consist of then? So like, what are you into? What are your hobbies besides singing and writing?
Man, I wish I had something interesting to tell you. Honestly, like not much. I just like watch Netflix and YouTube videos and other people's interviews.
She's
actually.
us.
I love
Oh
watching
my
interviews.
You were so me and Esty.
Really?
We go down the
binge
rabbit
watch
hole
and just
every
watch.
day.
Who are your
Yes.
favorite YouTubers to watch? Do you guys watch like YouTubers or just random videos?
Yeah, okay. So I'm into these two girls, but anyway, I can't talk about them because they do like a competition show because they're in the morning. Anyway, but I'm obsessed with them. They do Hollywood News. Do you know what
I know
them-
what you're talking about. I
Okay.
think.
Anyways, but I watch them, but our thing is binge watching Netflix shows. Like, you
What are
can't
you
get
guys
me away
watching?
from all of those stuff. The documentaries, if it has to do with an animal or a murder mystery, I'm done.
I love murder
I
mysteries.
know.
What's your favorite murder
Oh
mystery
my
to
God.
watch?
I don't have a specific one. I just get any random creepy one. Do you
Me
remember the
too.
guy that they leaked where he spoke and he didn't know the camera was
The
on?
Jinx. The Jinx.
The
It's called
Jinx,
The
was
Jinx.
it?
Yeah, the Jinx, right? Where he
The
was like-
Jinx, that's
he's
what it
like,
was.
"Oh, you killed all of them. Blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah."
yeah.
Crazy. I just spoiled the last episode of this, but it's so good. You guys gotta watch it. It's unreal. The plot twist at the end, which I just gave away, is unreal.
Yeah. But it's
Spoiler
so
alert.
You basically just watched it. It's so good.
It is. I just put in
It's
like
so
you can put
eerie.
in kind of like a theme. You put the word murder or whatever, and it gives you 10 or 15. You
My
just
favorite.
watch it.
My favorite. I'm watching The Staircase now, which is.
Oh,
you
I
on-
haven't heard of that.
One where the
She
girl
want to
falls
know,
down
is
the
it good?
stairs?
You saying, is it good? Is it
It
on
is
Netflix?
on. It is
Yes,
on Netflix.
It is.
It's about the mystery of this lady who fell down the stairs, and they're trying to figure out if it's the husband. that
Did
pushed
she
her.
really
Oh my
fall down
God.
the
Yeah.
stairs?
Was it an accident or was it?
Are you on Stranger
I love
Things
that.
like all the rest of us?
I am. I haven't seen the second season though. I've only seen like a couple episodes.
You know we have Stranger Things at Halloween Horror Nights here. One of the houses, the maze, the scare zones,
Yeah,
everything is
it's a
Stranger
house.
Things themed.
House
Really?
at Halloween
Yeah.
Horror Nights here
Oh,
in
see,
Orlando.
I don't do horror though. That's the difference. I'm sorry.
What?
I'm one of those.
Wait, hold on. You watch scary murder horror shows,
There is a
but you don't
difference.
go to horror shows.
There is a difference between crime and thriller and horror. I don't do exorcisms and ghosts. I do
All about it.
psychological thrillers. There's the difference. So like clowns, haunted houses. No,
I'm with
no,
you on the
no.
clowns, Alessia.
Thank
I don't
you.
deal with clowns.
He has this weird thing with it drives me
No.
crazy. And I just find photos and
Nope.
show him just to
I
be
They look
mean.
hate
too
them.
nice to be
Thank-
nice.
Thank you. I always say that anything that looks too happy is scary.
That's facts.
What?
That's facts.
Yes,
You have that
that.
one. You have that one killer that's
That-
standing in the movies. He's just sitting there smiling like this.
Smiling?
How does that look
Why am I
friendly?
not
Thank
understanding
you.
this?
Don't you think someone creepily smiling in a corner is more scary than someone just doing this?
No.
I do.
I feel like crazy serial killer is serious crazy eyes. Somebody's smiling. I'm just like, oh my God, let's have conversation. You look so sweet.
No. You would be the first to
No?
die then in a horror movie.
I would have been, yeah, I'd be gone. The first one to go. You and Nails are battling it out at the end. I'm dead.
I do want to do this, though. I want everybody to join me and SD in congratulating you on your performing halftime for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah.
You're performing halftime.
I know.
And so,
So
for all you
scary.
guys who don't know what the Grey Cup is, the Grey Cup is the Canadian Football League's Super Bowl, which to us, of course, we know it's our biggest sporting event. And the Grey Cup is Canada's biggest sporting event. And you're the halftime performer for that this year.
Yeah.
Congratulations
so
on that.
And
Thank
being
you.
from Canada, like, are your family members freaking out?
Yeah, especially my dad. My dad loves sports, so he was like, "Oh my God, this is so cool."
Wait, you said your dad loves sports, so do you care about sports?
No, I care about music, so it's cool that I get to do the halftime show.
Yeah.
If they ask me to play, then that would not be good because I suck at sports. But it is a big thing in my family for sure.
Isn't it going to be freezing cold out there at that time?
It's gonna be freezing. I think it's supposed to be like minus 30 like Celsius or something. I gotta
Jeez.
have those like those warmers that you put
Oh,
in the
yeah.
pockets.
Well, and
I
for
gotta
your
wear
throat,
parka.
too, like, I mean-
parka and like the
Yeah.
hat and everything. Yeah.
How do you keep your voice warm? Because I know out there at halftime you're going to be like, growing pains.
I know. I'm gonna, both from the nerves and the cold, I'm gonna be shaking.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. You just gotta drink like a lot of hot water and lemon and honey and all of that stuff. I don't
Wow.
drink tea, so I'd have to makeshift tea.
Why not tea? I know a lot of artists sing. They
Gotta
drink
get on tea.
I don't like tea. I'm one of those like little bratty kids who's like, I don't like tea. It's gross.
Sound like my cousin.
I like coffee
Like,
though.
"Oh, I don't like tea.
Coffee's good.
How do you like your coffee? With sugar, without, black, not black?
It depends on the coffee. Sometimes I'll do one sugar. Sometimes it doesn't need it, and I do milk. But lately, I like almond milk and coconut milk. Hazelnut is good. Yes, hazelnut latte. It's delicious. Ever since I discovered almond milk, my life has
Try it
changed.
black. Try black coffee.
I don't know if I could do that, man.
Right?
Strong and black is good, I tell you.
He means strong and black coffee, obviously.
Yeah.
So,
Clearly, that's what he means. Yes.
all right. So, should we play a game?
We should.
All right.
Are y'all ready to watch her play a game?
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
So
I'm scared. What
I
is this
love to
game?
get to know artists. Like, it's one thing we know about your album, we talk about it, we're looking forward to music, but to get to know you and like the fun questions that we're talking about now. So this one's very simple. Let's just pick this or that.
Before we do
Go.
that, well, let's introduce her to the clown that we bought.
Don't.
I'm just joking.
I
I'm
was
just joking, Alessia.
I was like, oh my God, you did great planning.
I would have ran too. So.
Oh my God, I was about to like throw a punch.
No. Okay, so you just have to pick one or the other very quick, whatever resonates with you.
Oh, I'm not good at this. Okay.
Okay, so your parents, when you were younger, strict or laid back?
Strict. Easy.
So were you the class clown or the teacher's pet?
Ooh, it depends on what age. It varied.
Okay. So you were bad and then got really good and bad again.
Yeah, it was like different years. Like some years I was like really good, and then other years I was like, I'm done with this. Like in kindergarten, I actually got kicked out of in preschool I got kicked out of the preschool.
You?
How were you kicked out of preschool?
I know, right? Like talk about inclusivity. They're like, no, she's out, because I was just a nuisance. I hated nap time, and I would be up trying to wake the other kids up during nap time.
I have an idea. That's a song. You know,
What?
everybody's talking about good girl gone bad, bad girl gone good.
And now I'm good. Yeah.
That's a song.
But
As
it
I
was
got older, I was better.
preschool.
That's true, but then like in 6th grade, I was not that
Like
good.
you didn't nap? Like I'm just so mad. Like we need to get your teachers
Yeah,
here.
well, they didn't like kick me out. They were just like, she's not getting along well with the other children because because she's always like waking them up during their naps.
Oh my gosh.
then
Okay,
I got better.
Netflix or YouTube?
Oh, that's hard, man. Maybe YouTube, because like you can do more on YouTube. You can watch like anything like black kid popping videos, etc.
Okay.
Yeah,
Phone
yeah.
calls or text messages?
Depends on who it's with.
We know it's not that ex-boyfriend.
No, he's the best. He's the best. No, we
He's
still
not the
talk.
best. You don't.
Yes, he
no
is.
ex-boyfriend is the best.
That's
They're an
not
ex.
true.
He's just
They can-
nice. You can deal with him.
True. No, but he's my friend. We
I
love
got
each
an
other very
idea.
much.
There's another song.
What?
We're
He's the
giving you
best.
your third album today.
Thank
Okay.
you guys very much.
Would you rather be lost in space or lost at sea? Whoa, Zav. That question
Lost
was
in
from our
space.
audience members.
Lost in space.
Lost
Why?
in space.
Wow, that's an interesting one.
Why? You guys wouldn't do this? You would rather be lost at sea? Okay.
Nobody likes your answer.
What the heck? Space is so much cooler than the sea. Thank you. The sea is nice, but you don't want to be lost in the sea. That's terrifying. Exactly. You can't get eaten in space except by aliens.
No, you
Right?
just won't
Smart.
breathe, but
Oh, yeah. What if what? The aliens become your friend? There you go. See, you're smart. I would do the same thing. I would
Eaten
make
by
friends with the
Demogorgon.
aliens.
agreed.
Yes, Demogorgon.
Ice cream cone or snow cone?
I've never had a snow cone, and I'm Canadian.
You're Canadian. Yeah.
What?
I know. Hey. I love ice cream. Come on.
Okay.
Snow cones, come on. It's like a slushie.
Yeah,
Okay.
pretty much.
Sneakers or sandals?
Sneakers.
Online shopping or in-store shopping?
Online.
Yes.
1000%.
Yes.
I hate going to the store.
Yes. Okay, collaboration. Boy band, NSYNC or Backstreet Boys?
Ooh, I'm an NSYNC girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes!
Oh, okay.
By the
So are
way,
you guys.
little known fact, both of those bands were founded right here in Orlando. So
Really?
yeah,
Yes.
NSYNC and Backstreet Boys, LFO.
When we were growing up, they
O-Town,
were
right here in
right here
Orlando.
local,
That's
downtown.
crazy.
Shout out to
I love
Zakari.
Would you rather be at an amusement park or the beach?
Amusement park.
Okay, comedy or horror? We already found that out.
Comedy. Come on.
Pasta or pizza?
Just the Italian question.
Yeah.
we have an Italian coming in.
Duh.
Let's do the stereotypical Italian question. Pasta or pizza? I'm just kidding. I would say if it's penne alla vodka, then pasta. If it's anything other than penne alla vodka, then pizza.
Okay, and lastly, Cardi B, Nicki Minaj. Duh! I had to end it with a finale.
Before you answer that, look right into this camera and tell us.
And use full
that
sentences,
concludes
please.
this interview, ladies and gentlemen.
No, but before we let you go, we do want to say her new album, The Pains of Growing, is out next month.
Yeah.
And let's talk a little bit more about the album because before we let you go, we know you're pressed for time. Do you have a favorite song on this album?
That's tough. It changes all the time. And you guys will hear in a second, like they're all very different. So it's hard
Okay.
to say. There's a song called A Little More that I made in my basement. That kind of, yeah,
Okay.
cool. That I
Shout out to the basement.
shout out to the basement. That's close to my heart. I like that one.